since it's another day, billions will kneel and pray. Anything to aid escape from the world so cold and gray.
That's a State of the Union, boy.
And we're back with another episode of Bones and Tubs. We are here with you today in this middle of this polar vortex.
Freezing.
It's very cold. It's cold in the studio, even though I took the initiative and plugged in the space heater quite early this morning.
Yeah.
Now it's the afternoon, and it's still, we could probably hang meat in this room right now, and it'd be safe.
It is like -5.
Yeah. Chill. So, I guess it's not too bad. We can't see our breath, so...
It's a shame that wasn't what it's going to do tomorrow yesterday, so it feel warm today, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's going to be even worse.
Yeah, well, at least we're in here today instead of tomorrow recording, so we got that going for us. But how are you guys doing? We're back with another episode this week.
I'm going to say this for the people in the know. Yeah. Fuck the Factory of Sadness.
Yeah, you right.
It's completely drained all my psychic batteries this week.
Yeah, and for that reason, we don't have a legitimate topic to talk about this week, but we are having, maybe it'll become a tradition, sometime in January when it's supposed to happen, our State of the Union.
Yeah.
Bones and Tubs, State of the Union address.
State of the Union.
How's it going? It's a little Higgs report. That's what we used to call them at my old job.
Yeah.
How's it going? Kind of thing,
I'm going to start off with the Where in the World is Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Yeah.
Well, she sneaks around the world from Kiev to Carolina. She's a sticky-fingered filcher from Berlin down to Belize. She'll take you for a ride on a slow boat to China. Tell me, where in the world is
Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Steal their soul in South Korea, making nutty cooks right on from the Red Sea to Greenland. They'll be singing the blues. Well, they never Arkansas her steal. The meat come from the jungle. Tell me,
where in the world is
Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
We go from Nashville to Norway, out and to Zimbabwe, Chicago to Czechoslovakia, and back.
Well, she'll ransack Pakistan and run a scan in Scandinavia. Then she'll stick 'em up down under and go pickpocket birth. She was the missing misdemeanor when she stole the beans from Lima. Tell me, where in the world is
Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Yeah. Where the fuck's she at?
Yeah, that's a good question.
She a corpse, you think?
A couple of our listeners have actually asked that question to us.
Yeah.
With hilarious memes.
_Condor_ sent me a meme that said, things we'll never see from the past again. A blockbuster rental movie, an answering machine, thick cell phones, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Excellent.
Clapping and applause.
I know you can't hear it, but I'm doing the Italian hand gesture.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Since this is the State of the Union, I think you should put clapping in between certain parts. So every time there should be some clapping, I think you should put some actual clapping in there.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just like pepper it in occasionally. I say we got to let each other know when the clapping should be done. Yeah. That was one of them.
He sent me another one that has it's like a Craigslist ad looking for someone that resembles Ruth Bader Ginsburg and asks if they're free on January 29th in the House of Congress.
As of this recording, she has not been in public for 54 days.
As of 2 episodes ago, she's been dead.
Yeah, pretty much. The question we all got to ask ourselves is, where is she?
Pushing up daisies, bruh.
Well,
why
that's
wait?
the
Why
assumption.
Wait, what's the point in waiting?
Well,
a magical ritual, perhaps?
Here's what I think. You want to know what I think?
Yes.
I think they're not letting the cat out of the bag, per se, because maybe they're trying to see if they could get some sort of indictment underway to stop Trump from being able to appoint.
Just wonder what stops Trump from being like
Supreme Court.
Hey, she's dead. I agree with you though. They fucking kicked down Roger Stone's door like he was a goddamn fugitive.
I'm gonna say this about Roger Stone though. He's a goofy bastard.
He is goofy, but it didn't require 20 agents, some fully automatic weapons.
Yeah, seemed a little bit excessive.
Beat his fucking door down. Really?
I think they were wanting to kill him.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what it appeared like.
Like, they were trying to get their opportunity to kill. Someone wanted to get that shot off, but he was probably extremely cooperative.
Yeah. I can't even believe that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just hope they arrest Trump, too, just because of the chaos factor.
Oh, my God. The
That
screeching would be heard for days.
That would give me probably the excuse to dress up like the Easter rabbit, you know? The Easter bunny with an erection that's chemically induced. Mm-hmm. And I will have 2 12-gauge shotgun bandoliers. And I will go for blood.
Yeah.
I believe that's birch time.
I'm not going to judge you.
I'm only going to wait till there's like a wave of humans.
But it's not necessarily because you're on the Trump train either. It's just because like,
chaos in general.
Yeah. You read the the signs. You smell the blood.
I kick over an ashtray and read the cigarettes.
Yeah, there you go.
The dip spits.
Read the paper clips.
Yeah.
Fortune telling.
Inanimate objects.
But no, I mean, I think they're trying to get something before they reveal it. But I mean, how long could they really go?
I mean, if that was the case, though, like I said, what do you think would stop Trump from being like, hey, where's Ruth at? Anybody seen Ruth?
Well, that's the thing. He has to, in this fucking Game of Thrones-esque style of things that's going on, I mean, I'm sure he has to play his hand right as well. You know what I mean? If he can't jump the gun too soon. He might try to pull the trigger when they try to bring him down.
Yeah.
And just say something like, I wonder where Ruth Bader Ginsburg's at and all this.
Yeah.
And then people really begin to ask, wait, where is Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Where's that bitch at? I haven't seen her in a while. Got a shout out. I don't know if you saw that in the Instagram.
No.
Got approached by a bee company.
Oh.
Because I guess we talked about bees before.
I'm sure we've talked about bees more than once on the show.
No, I've mentioned Lady Bones and her family. Her side of the family does, what is it called? The fancy word for it? Apiarist?
Yeah, apiary.
Apiary. They are beekeepers.
What, apiary is where you keep bees. If you're an apiarist, you're a keeper of bees.
There it is. She said she was going to make us a Bones and Tubbs bee box. Yeah. I said, that's cool. Let's keep it over there because I ain't fucking with it.
No.
I don't fuck with bees. I like bees, and they should stay alive because they're pretty awesome.
Yeah. They make food.
They're responsible for all the food we eat, yeah.
Well, they're responsible for the food I eat. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They make all the food they can. Not to say I don't eat fruit, so I guess they do make food I eat.
Yeah,
but they also make the food that my food eats.
If they don't make your food's food, then you won't have any food.
Yeah, see, circle of life.
Yeah. So if you guys want to check out their company, they have handmade bee stuff, like clothes and jewelry, what have you.
Do they have bee products?
I don't know about, like, honey.
What about, like,
I don't see any of that.
Some good lip balms from the wax?
I don't know. You could check it out, thesweetbeeco.com.
Yeah, and I will go check it out.
I tried to get a 20% discount code for y'all if you want to check them out. Because a percentage of all the sales goes to some society that helps protect the bees. And that's something we can all enjoy.
Yeah.
So they didn't give me a 20% off code like I asked. They said they gave me a code for me that was only going to work for 24 hours. Well, guess what? Lady Bones used it yesterday.
Yeah.
So it still works. Anybody that wants to buy anything, the code that you can type in at checkout is capital H Heather. So check that out.
We have to save the bees. Applause. But no, other than that, though, I mean, there hasn't been too much going on in the news. This is kind of the doldrums of the news cycle, if you ask me, this time of year.
What about the Jews?
What about the Jews?
We talk about the Jews?
Let's talk about the Jews.
We go to Fox News.
See, let's soften up that J, though. It's a little hard.
Yeah.
It's a hard J.
Hard J.
I don't know how. Hey,
Loose W.
Hey, Goldenstein, how do you feel about that hard J?
My name's Warburg, you racist fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, he's thumbs down in that shit, so
he needs to check his tone
we
before...
need to soft J that. Okay.
I think he needs to back the fuck up before he gets smacked the fuck up.
Now, when you say Jew, do you mean Zionist Jews?
I don't know. I'm not sure of their affiliation. It just says Israeli scientists.
I would imagine, probably about that that life, you know.
Yeah, this is breaking news, at least at the time of us recording this episode. But let's see here. The title is Cure for Cancer? Israeli scientists claim to be on the brink of development. A team of Israeli scientists believe a cure for cancer is within reach, even optimistically predicting that it will be found within a year. But at least one expert in the U.S. has questioned the cure's legitimacy and said it is more likely just another claim in a list of irresponsible and ultimately cruel false promises for cancer patients. Goes on to talk about the process and all that. There's only two things that can come out of this. One we've already touched on, and that's this guy's going to kill himself.
Yeah.
That entire team of doctors will be found dead.
In a plane crash. They're going to go.
Yeah.
They're all going to be on the same plane somehow.
After they all shot themselves in the back of the head twice with a rifle.
And then literally nosedived right into a mountainside.
Yeah. Or the other option is, in my mind, I Am Legend. Believe that's...
Oh, like, so it'll create a race of fucking... Well, see...
Zombie vampire things?
Yeah, that's in the... I'm going to get nerd out here just for a second, if you don't mind.
Just your thick framed glasses.
I'm going to just push them up a bridge at my nose. Okay.
Got to.
So, I Am Legend, the Will Smith movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie.
It's just...
But of all the adaptations of the source material, which is the book by Richard Matheson called I Am Legend,
Yeah.
it is the farthest deviation from said source material.
Yeah.
And when I say adaptations, yes, there's been multiple adaptations of the story. The first one being The Last Man on Earth, starring the amazing Vincent Price. Cue the Vincent Price laugh, please.
Will do.
Okay. The illustrious Vincent Price. It was an amazing movie. I suggest you go check it out. It's actually free on Wikipedia. You go watch it for free.
Yeah.
I mean, you might be able to find it somewhere else for free. You don't have to pay any money for it as long as you have internet.
Yeah.
Or you could go to a Starbucks and watch it on full volume because that's the only way to watch a Vincent Price movie.
I can't do it anymore. I used to do it really well.
But, no, I'm just thinking about the Vincent Price laugh and it got me going.
It's good.
The second adaptation is Omega Man that stars another fucking amazing actor.
Yeah.
That'd be the illustrious Charlton Heston.
Yeah. Stay off my lawn.
Yes.
Right?
That's Clint Eastwood, but
sorry,
I mean,
angry white.
angry white dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the same like wheelhouse, just a different.
They're all the same to me.
just a different wheel, you know.
Both of them will be what I am when I'm old.
Yeah, and plus, one's alive still, and the other one's definitively dead.
Deader than fuck.
But
Dead like Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
yeah, there you go. But Charlton Heston is in that one, and it's kind of a little bit more contemporary for the time it came out in, which was like the late 60s, early 70s. It's got a bit of a kind of a groovy theme to it.
Yeah.
You know, but still a good movie. But then, of course, then there's the last one, which is the only one actually named after the source material, but is the farthest deviation because in the original story, there is no, like, it started as a cure for cancer or anything like that. It's literally fucking the vampire virus. And, like, the main character, all he's doing is trying to figure out, if there's a cure for it, and two, why he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Is part of the story. But it just misses the whole, like, here's the problem. Is, like, and spoiler alert, skip ahead about, like, a minute and 30 seconds if you don't want to hear, like, the source material here. Like, in the movie with Will Smith, basically gets chalked up, he is the legend because he's the one that saved humanity, right? Mm-hmm. That's what makes him legendary. In the original source material, it wasn't because he was any kind of hero or anything like that. It was because basically all of society had become vampires, and he was the only human left. And he spent his days going out and killing vampires during the daytime, and then couldn't go out at night. So he literally became a reverse vampire. So he became the monster. He became the legend. Thus the name, I Am Legend.
Yeah.
And spoiler.
And spoiler. And we're back.
But
So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think about the shutdown? I saw an article on Daily Sheeple that said, are you prepared for February 16th, 2019? Because they think they're going to start the shutdown again. I wish they would, because it just goes to show that we had at least 800,000 people on the tax dole that were, what is it, not necessary? Right?
Yeah. Well, it just feels like a bunch of, like, if you just watch the news, it feels like a bunch of, like, Canadians from South Park with their flappy heads, like, flapping up and down, like,
Yeah.
you know, and the crazy part is, like, Trump kind of gets it from both sides, where, you know, he ended the shutdown, temporarily ended the shutdown to try to, like, negotiate this shit, and you have people on the left like, you're a pussy, like, you gave up, and then on the right, you got other people like, he's a fucking sellout, he didn't get his wall,
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I really don't care. I wish it would have stayed shut down
I
forever.
wish the government would collapse, if that tells you how I feel about it.
Like, imagine, if you will, you saw some crazy dictator laying in a bed, and he flatlined. All we really did was fucking hit the defibrillator one time.
Yeah.
I don't want him to live. I want to unplug this shit.
Not at
But,
all.
you know, we still, here's the thing. You know what's crazy to me is that even in the midst of government shutdown, we still have the ability to fuck with brown people's governments. And when I say that, I mean Venezuela.
Yeah. It's hilarious. There's just so much back and forth bullshit hypocrisy. That's why I don't really like politics anymore. Politics, much like power and authority, is an illusion, right?
Yeah.
It's just it's different colors of theft. Mm-hmm. So you aren't in support of a wall if you're from the left, at least, because it's inhumane, right?
Yeah.
But you're also supporting killing babies at 9 months in New York. So there's that. Or you're just against the wall because it's a fucking wall and people can go over it or under it or through it,
Yeah.
around it. There's
You know,
that.
there's like hundreds of tunnels underneath the
Yeah.
fucking border. So, I mean, like, why does a wall even fucking matter?
It's not going to stop the drugs either because, I mean, the government flies that shit in.
First of all, not only does the government shut it in, but I've been hearing recent reports about how there might be something more insidious going on with, like officials in the United States doing things because they want drugs to continue to flow into the country.
Yeah. Well, that's
Like
how they
that
get,
they're being paid off.
that's how they get all their black budget funds and all their back page money, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, I've seen a couple of things talking about how some people should be sweating El Chapo's trial that's going on because he might spill the beans on a couple people that.
He's either going to get a slick deal or kill himself, probably.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Yeah.
Or, air quotes, escape again,
Exactly.
you know?
He might, inadvertently hang himself.
It's just a shame that all these people that want to control us can't just kill themselves all at the same time.
Yeah.
You know? That would... how cool would that be? Just a mass suicide.
Rash of fucking suicide of all the fucking evil controllers. Yeah.
Simultaneously.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. You know, it's just fiction, but here we are. Sub-zero temperatures, empty psychic batteries from a week of hell in a factory of sadness. You know?
Yeah. How about slavers? KYS.
Yeah.
KYS.
I really like the news song, too. That was funny.
Applause. Standing ovation.
Where'd you find the news song? That was good. I'll have to hold that on the page.
I just randomly found it.
Put that on Facebook.com/Bogan
You know,
Tubbs.
sometimes you just find a gem.
It made me
you know?
giggle, too, that they said KYS in the video.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, so I guess we've talked about things involving the union, but what is the true state of the union?
Oh, it's, economically speaking, we've been on a fiat currency for over 100 years, and it's
Basically,
about to ring the bell as far as paying the bill.
we've decided, like, if you got to think of the whole of our economy as a human being, right?
Yeah.
This is a human being that has decided that food, water, and sleep are not necessary to sustain life. Only crack cocaine.
Only crack cocaine.
Only crack cocaine could sustain their life. And that's what they've been burning on for, like, I don't know, about fucking...
1913.
Yeah, pretty much. They've had a few hiccups along the way. You know what I mean? Like, there was that time back in 1929 when they OD'd.
Yeah. Back then, 80s, the 90s. They just
You know.
They just, they change. I feel like it's either they get more drugs, like a heavier dose, or they just switch drugs.
Or back in 2008, they had a little bit of a hiccup. Their heart stopped for a hot second.
Yeah. Man, we're back. But, I don't know, it's just...
You know, instead of, feeding the economy food and water, sleep. You know?
Yeah, so that's the economic state of the union. I'd say you know. People are still not sure what gender they are, so that's good. People are being misgendered. People are angry.
Here's the thing. This is what I want to say about the whole misgendered thing and all that shit.
Yeah.
Is you have, what it breaks down to is you have one group who has decided to live their entire life like in a culture, understanding this is the way things work, right? Mm-hmm. Boys and girls. There's boys, there's men, and there's women, right?
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
That being said,
Yeah.
I don't think the problem here is you can't decidedly say like you can't change culture overnight, right?
Right.
These people want to live their lives like the culture has already been there. But you realize like this is like trying to teach your grandma how to use a computer, right?
Right.
It doesn't work out all that well. No. Okay? And especially things this old. Because, I mean, the whole man and woman thing has basically been a veritable staple of Western civilization since its inception.
Since forever.
Now, that's not to say there hasn't been some fucked up shit, right? But you can't expect people overnight to, you know, have an accident. And the two big instances I've seen of, like, the big kerfuffle about misgendering, that one at the GameStop and the other one at the car dealership place.
It was like an Avis or somewhere.
Yeah, I think those were mistakes.
I think the last one was somebody trying to get paid.
Mm.
That's what it seemed like.
Like, I think they were mistakes. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
like they should have been swallowed mistakes, or what do you mean?
Well, like, here's the thing. Like, the whole notion of, like, calling someone by their preferred pronoun, right? I don't necessarily see anything wrong with it, but don't expect me to know what your preferred pronoun is from a first instance or just meeting you.
I'm going to side with Jordan Peterson on this one, and I'm going to say, fuck you. You can't make me say anything.
Well, see, no, here's the thing, though.
If you want to pretend you're the planet Mercury, cool, but that's where it ends.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. This has nothing to do with, like, when it comes to this shit, I stop at, here's the thing, you can't legislate a person being an asshole. Like, if they don't want to call you by your gender, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You can't fine them. You can't send them to jail for it. But the matter of calling someone by the preferred pronoun, as far as I'm concerned, is a matter of being hospitable to somebody.
I'm going to be the asshole.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Like, you could be an asshole. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But, like, generally speaking, we like to be friendly to each other. You know what I mean? And respect each other.
I don't feel like they were coming at it from a side that just wanted to be respected, though. I feel like they came at it from a side of naked aggression.
Well, yeah.
They weren't trying to be understood. They were just trying
those videos were propaganda. I don't care what you say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just feel like that's a lot of what's going on right now. So you got mental health on the downgrade in the State of the Union. We got propaganda everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Forced division. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drug trafficking from the federal government.
Yeah.
Shaky economy.
Toxic masculinity. The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. There's more propaganda.
Yeah. What's amazing is, like, when that term started, they only meant the worst parts of, like, what men do sometimes.
Yeah, it's incrementalism, though.
But it's slowly devolved into basically everything. Eventually it's going to get to the point where they're going to be like, you have a penis?
Yeah.
That's toxic.
Cut that shit off, bro.
That whole thing is toxic, dog.
I just hope that it breaks off, kind of like California's, supposed to eventually. Hopefully they have their own little breakaway.
I think they're just focusing on the wrong things.
I wish we'd all come together and focus on the things that matter, like taxes, being theft.
Taxes, and the fact that, like, I'm pretty sure all it really is just a higher oligarchy of people who's solely bent on two things: control and fleecing.
Yeah. Slavery.
Like a sheep herder.
Yeah.
Except the only difference is if our governments are sheep herders, they're the shittiest sheep herders in the world, because all they do is take from us, but they don't really protect us. I love that meme you posted earlier or yesterday or sometime when basically it's like, you know, you want to talk shit about cops, but who else is going to come to your house 2 hours after you've been robbed?
Yeah, with a notepad and not do any follow-up.
Yeah. That's the truth, though, for real, man.
I know. I can't get enough of the cop hate. I guess it comes on the heels, too, of that newest Mark Passio video, the duress one.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Here I am. I wanted to take a 30-day milk break because I've gone really deep for like the entire summer and spring of last year. And I was like, I'll just gonna take a break. You know, October-ish. Mm-hmm. Mid-October to mid-November, I'm just gonna imbibe into some milk. I'm gonna fuck around with some video games. I'm gonna, you know, do a little fun stuff.
Yeah.
Here we are, almost February, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Pissed away almost, probably, 3 times as much time away.
Yeah.
Jumping back into it, Mark Passio is back. 2 new videos, and he's got his weekly show back up. I found out the reason why he wasn't doing his show is because he wasn't making any money at all. And he doesn't have a job. This is his job. He did all of his time for the research done for the natural law seminar.
Yeah.
And all those other seminars. At a basic rate of pay, he should have made like 1.3 or some retarded amount of money, over millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. He made $13,000, which goes and makes sense because we value things like football players, you know, and dumb shit like that.
We value people that are good at running around with a ball.
Yeah.
And then, like, they become professionals at it. And then they only work for, like, 6 years. And then they retire.
Yeah.
For the rest of their lives.
Right. Yeah.
With all that money.
It's a lot of money. So get our priorities straight in the State of the Union. That's a good message, a little cliff note. His show's back. It's called What on Earth is Happening. Check it out. I'll be on there eventually because I'm going to get a hold of him. And we're going to get to the bottom of this whole parenting thing, you know, as we've mentioned in the past.
Exactly. Parenting. It's important.
But I'm glad that he's back. I, for one, have missed the psychic breaking, you know, my fragile mental box. So it's good to have some new material to use as a sledgehammer.
Here's the thing. These road pirates are out of control.
That is correct.
All the time.
You think I should share the Facebook, the SpongeBob meme too?
Which one is that?
You didn't see it?
Where they beat their wives? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that one.
Did you think that's too much to share? I think it was good. Basically, it's SpongeBob, right, with Patrick and Squidward. Squidward says, "I'm a police officer." Patrick says, "What is a police?" Yeah. SpongeBob says, "It means he beats his wife." He says, "No, it's not." He said, and then Patrick pretends to be his wife. He's like, "Hey, honey, how was your day?" And SpongeBob's like, "No, he'll hit you." Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sorry. But they are out of goddamn control.
Yeah.
Stopping you and protecting you from wearing your seatbelt wrong or not at all.
Or driving.
3 miles over the speed limit.
Driving, and then if you're driving at a speed too fast for what they consider, or whatever arbitrary laws have been set up to decide what's acceptable amount of speed, they fleece you for money. Mm-hmm. And if you don't pay that money, you might go to jail.
Which means kidnapping.
Well, basically how it breaks down to is they give you a ticket for speeding because if you're speeding, you might hurt somebody or cause damage. So basically, getting a ticket for speeding is more or less being charged with pre-crime.
Pre-crime, yeah, which is fine. It's always worked out in the dystopian novels that it's been a part of.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know, man. I just want a goddamn revolution.
But yeah, good times.
Passio doesn't pull any punches in that duress video. He talks about deadly force, duress, and I don't remember the other D.
You know the other D.
Yeah, got him. But he's like, you know, this is slavery is what we're living in. You know, if we don't know what rights are, which a right is only something that you can do that doesn't harm another person, you know?
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of things that are illegal rights. Mm-hmm. We have to tell ourselves this is slavery because we're being fleeced, we're being told what to do. All this has no effect on anyone else's lives. With that slavery idea in mind, the police and military are the modern-day house slaves, keeping it all together.
Well, I saw a post yesterday, and I've started becoming more vocal, little by little, even though I hate it.
Yeah.
On social media.
You're like a clam. I can feel the sand in you.
Yeah. somebody posted a picture, a thing, and it said like, slavery was once legal. Helping slaves escape was illegal. And it went down a list of all these things, right? And it was basically breaking down that, like, just because immigration, like illegal immigrants coming to this country, like across the border, is considered illegal, that doesn't necessarily make it morally wrong. And I commented on it because there was one thing she left off that list that I thought imperatively needed to be said about the notions of legality. And that was, abortion is legal.
Yeah. How'd you like that?
She never commented back. I was like, you forgot abortion.
Yeah. Man, I wish these motherfuckers would respond.
And that's the thing. I don't like it because I don't like getting into online arguments. But the weird part is I posted like 3 times on 3 different things, and nobody has called me out for it
Is
yet.
it starting to make you feel good?
No, I'm still clammy about it.
Well, eventually that grit will turn into a beautiful pearl you can use for money, you know?
If someone can, pluck me out of the sea, rip me in half, and then fucking dig out my fucking entrails?
I was going more along the lines of, you're the pearl, you ingest the sand over and over again, and then you sell your pearls via internet.
Well, I got a problem with that.
Via Bones and Tubs podcast.
One, clams don't make pearls. Oysters do.
Oysters.
Just for reference sake, so nobody comes at us later.
Fuck them, let them.
2,
we're boysters.
boysters.
2 boy oysters.
Two boysters.
Yeah.
I was like, 2. I don't think oysters actually sell their pearls.
No, but this is my fictional world, which is just as real, if not more real, than the one we live in.
Okay, so in your world, oysters make pearls to sell to humans.
Yeah, in the online thought market.
That's actually not that bad of an idea. You know, I might work that into a story.
You should. Because you're an author. You got books.
Yeah.
That you never hawk.
Hey, go buy The King's Fire.
Yeah.
The first book of The King's Fire. It's written by me.
Yeah.
You might like it.
It's a good time.
You know.
Fiction.
I'm trying to put out my second book.
Fantasy.
But I'm, once again, oyster man.
Due to our economic relations with China, it's not been good on the thought front, I guess.
Yeah, could be.
But that is another State of the Union. We do have good diplomatic relations with China. Maybe not the United States, but the Bones and Tubs podcast.
That being said,
Keep that in mind.
I'd say we go ahead and conclude this State of the Union.
Is it over already?
We're getting close. In conclusion, my fellow people who live in the vicinity of North America,
In between the various imaginary lines?
in the Northern Hemisphere, in the Northwestern Hemisphere,
Yeah.
this is my message to you. There are many out there who unfortunately have blinders on.
Yeah.
And they can't see things for what it really is. It's our job to try to enlighten people. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of Agent Smiths out there. And it's surprising the ones you find. You don't even realize.
Yeah.
Like, you start talking about some hashtag woke shit.
Yeah.
And immediately they fucking turn into like one of those puppets that you pull the string on, and it just repeats the same fucking talking points.
Start shitting on some police slavery or some military slavery or answer theology.
Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah.
You know.
Put their glasses on and blow your fucking brains out.
Yeah. So, that being said, it's our job to try to help people. If you can't help them, then you can't help them. You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do for them. But the idea is to get the message out to as many people as humanly possible.
When you say, we kind of align with the same great work where you're constantly testing the emotional and spiritual awareness of other people.
Yeah.
And when you find someone that's completely dead spiritually and emotionally, i.e. An order follower, or someone that champions an order follower, a cheerleader of the police, if you will,
Yeah.
or military, our job is to, slowly just kind of wake them up.
Yeah.
Bring them back. Empathy.
At the end of the day, it's never really the order followers that, to me, are the true arbiters of evil. But they are being used as the tools of said evil.
They are the rubber of the road. If they said no, it would be over overnight.
Yeah. But they just don't know that yet. And that's our job, is to help them. Get the message out there. Hey, send them the Bones and Tubs podcast. That's a good start.
Yeah, find one that's particularly egregious and shake them out of that sleep.
Yeah. You know, or you could be like some asshole, I don't even remember their name, who gets on our YouTube videos and literally just types lies.
Yeah, on a
And then-
fucking history podcast about
about
Mandela.
or Mangala.
Mangala, sorry.
Yeah, whoever you are, if you're listening to this episode and you just want to put some random stupid fucking comment
Liar.
about lies on a fucking history show where we literally got all the fucking sources and facts from like legit places,
Yeah.
go ahead and elaborate this time instead of being a stupid bitch.
I can't even get mad, though, because
Sorry, I
it
got
probably
mad about that.
wasn't even a real person.
Probably not.
Probably just a troll account.
They probably tagged us for that new YouTube thing, so it's probably gonna be harder to find our show now.
Oh, yeah. I typed in the Daily Sheeple earlier to look it up, and the first website that comes up on Google is a fact-checker website that gives them a low rating, just to let you know before you go there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because you can't make your own decisions in this new America.
No.
That's another State of the Union. You don't have to worry about using your eyes. We got it. Well, the NSA's got it for you.
Who needs eyes when you have the NSA?
Well, things are looking up, if you can't tell.
Yeah.
2019's coming hard and fast,
Yeah.
like a train.
Yeah, I didn't think it could top 2018, but I was wrong.
Man, we're not even out of the first month yet, and it's already like,
God bless.
I know. We need to start taking psychic steroids so we can be strong next week and not be beaten down by the factory and the happenings.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called though. I don't know. But
Meth?
yeah, right. With that being said, we'd like to thank y'all for listening to our State of the Union. We hope to see you next week. We hope you have a good week.
Yeah.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on over to our Patreon.
Oh.
Donate $1 a month. Start out. We're going to start adding new audio clips to our Patreon for the Patreon subscribers only.
Together and separate driving talk videos.
Yeah.
Maybe occasional stopping naked at a gas station and screaming videos.
Bonus material.
Bonus for the paying customer. Patreon.com/Bones and Tubs.
Yeah.
Is the website.
I'd like to thank Ryan Simpson for letting us use his music on the show.
Yeah.
Go check out our Instagram.
Instagram.com/Bones and Tubs.
Yeah.
Facebook.com/Bones and Tubs.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank you for all this, and we hope you have a good week.
Love you.
We really do.
A million unheard voices carry on. No one bothers to listen. Everyone's so wrapped up in themselves. No time for our neighbors or our children. The scene unfolds. Everyone just stares. And so you still carry that stone. I know it's hard to just let go. Echoes from yesterday ring just as clear today. But everyone has their fingers in their ears, and their mouths are wide open,